Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the readings. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why you're attracting who you're attracting, why this person's doing what they're doing, why again is it triggering you, and what you're supposed to do in order to shape shift the energy, because there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on what you do. So karma in the spiritual realm doesn't mean bad, it means learn. And that's because every situation has the potential to teach us to see things from a different perspective. Now, when we're spiritually blocked, it means that we're only seeing one perspective. And it's because we're doing something that's out of alignment. It's because we are unconscious to what is blocking us. But it's other these core beliefs. And a lot of times we've inherited those core beliefs from our ancestors or immediate family. And obviously we collected through, our own individual karma. So what happens again is that the universe will bring us people, situations, and experiences to help us learn. So our soulmate relationships, every type of soulmate has the potential to learn. So every single soulmate is karmic. It's just we associate the past life karmic mates to have the real hard energy, meaning like there's consequences if you don't learn, and there's big consequences if you don't learn. And the thing is, this person from a past life, so there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of chemistry. However, like I said, everything's about learning. So, you can be connected to someone that's on a really low vibration, someone that has a lot of spiritual blocks. And it might be because when you met this person, you were at that level of consciousness, but you are no longer at that level of consciousness. So the thing is, being with someone that like isn't good for you, or you can see the red flags right in the beginning, or you just have an idea, like that it's karmic. A lot of people think that they can avoid the karma, where again, you can't, because a person that you're around all the time is emotionally going to affect you, and that affects your energy. And how do you manifest? Through the thoughts that you think, the emotions that you have. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells us, again, why everyone's doing what they're doing. Really important when we're looking at people that wear masks. Because people that have shadows, they detach, disassociate from themselves, and then they, have to create a persona because they can't leave it like they're nobody. And this is how the ego is formed. Now, I don't know why I open up my readings all the time differently. And um, usually, like 9 times out of 10, or 9.5 times out of 10, and it's probably really 10 out of 10 times, Spirit gives me a little nugget of what we're focused on, what is at the center of everything. So I feel like you're connected to a past life karmic mate that you have evolved from, but there still is this karmic connection that you really don't want to have. And that's because the person is coming in to teach you something, whether you like it or not. It's like they're teaching you. That doesn't mean that you didn't teach this person more, but they're still teaching you. All right, the word of the video. Let's see what that word is. The word of the video is disappointment. And I feel like that's where you are. You're disappointed. And you're disappointed because there was a part of you that really wanted this person to step it up. And they're just showing you too much of, that they're in a low vibe, that they're okay to stay stuck, that they're okay to stay connected to somebody that they don't really care about, that they're okay to take allowance from somebody and, and not create themselves. Like you thought that this person was who you are. which I feel like you're someone that's very independent. You don't need to live with anyone. You don't need anyone in your life. This person is codependent. And I feel like they've gotten themselves into too many situations where they get in their own way and they sabotage their life. And so whoever they're with has decided, I'm going to pay you an allowance. And in that way, you're bound to me because you'll have no money. And if you leave the connection, you'll lose everything. This is the energy there. So you're disappointed because you really had a connection with this person. You really know that this person does not love the person that they're with. If anything, they live two separate lives. But it's the fact that this person is not who you thought that they were. There's a sense that you're really disappointed. And so when you're with them, it's not like there wasn't feelings. Let's see what let's do this a little different. Let's do this a little different. Let's look and see what kind of connection it is, and then let's see what this person is feeling. Our destiny is calling. Preparations are underway to take the next step. So this person knows, they know I should be leaving whoever I'm with. I know I can see because I feel like this person watches you on the internet. I feel like they stalk you. If you're on social media, any type of social media, if you're on like any platform, this person is watching you and they know. They see things are happening. They see things are happening for you. They also can feel you pulling away. And because they haven't fed the connection, this person's having a lot of anxiety. I want to talk to you, but I'm not sure I'm ready to share everything and give you the answers you deserve. And that's the thing. This person is still connected to a karmic. They chose to stay. And they chose to stay because they didn't want to lose their money. They didn't want to lose their security. Their identity is connected to that security. So again, if I leave, who am I? It's like, so they've given like the power, like their spiritual sovereignty is our everybody has it, right? Spiritual sovereignty, and that's our power to create our own heaven on earth, to create our own life. This person has almost handed it over to somebody else that they don't want to be with because they feel like their back is up against the wall. Because if they leave, they have to leave with absolutely nothing. Like they gave this person too much power over them. They never saw who this person was. But see, like goes to like, you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So if you're a low vibration, you're going to connect with a lower vibration person. So I believe the person that was with them knew the whole time they were being disrespected. They were just making sure that they were taking money and putting it into their bank account. They were just making sure that they knew every dime that went through the house and everything, the ins and outs of where the finances went. So that when the day came, this person, your person, the person that's connected to you, wouldn't be able to do anything. It's like, and that's why they're in a sense of, I don't know what to do. So they don't do anything. But you're pissed off, and they know you're pissed off. They know that you don't really ever want to talk to them again. And they feel like shit because they see that they should have done something. And so there's a sense that this is like, should have been a twin flame connection because this person sees our destinies are calling underway. Like, oh, like you're preparing. I should be preparing. I'm not doing anything towards it. So this is our union energy needs clearing. Repeat this 11 times with slow, deep breaths. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And that is not how you feel about this person. And I feel like they were a twin flame. I feel like this person demolished the connection straight across the board because you're looking at them and you're saying, there's no way that you're my twin. Because if you were my twin, you would have been here for me. You would have been loyal. You would have been all these things, and that's why you're disappointed. But Spirit is saying, like, these things you might still need to practice the I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Like again, being transparent. I feel like this person is not a secure person. You thought that they were secure. You thought that they were confident. It wasn't. It was a facade. It was a facade. It's like they might have been the face of a company, but they certainly were not the only person running that company. This person wasn't honest with you, and they're not really honest with anyone. They lived more from that persona and they took advantage of people, all the while knowing that they're connected to somebody else that they gave way too much power over. So, of course, they're not happy. Even if the connection was a good connection, they're not going to be happy because no one wants to be controlled by somebody else. No grown person wants to ask for an allowance. No grown person wants to be monitored in what they do. But that's a toxic relationship. One where the one person is saying, like, you're staying here. You are not going anywhere. And part of that is this person's pride because they know that, their person, supposedly their person, the person that's connected to you, doesn't want to be with them. So it's become a very toxic environment. And there's a part of you that's like really disappointed because you're like, oh, and you would bring that shit to me. You would bring your mess to me. And so really what this person would need to do really is, regardless of whether they're ready to come out of it, whatever, is that they owed you an apology. They owed you an explanation. They kind of left it hanging because this person has a way of going in, going out, going in, going out, because they've been attached to somebody that they have not gotten love from for a long time, or they just don't want to give love to that person, which is what actually made the relationship go toxic. So this person's trying to like navigate their life, making sure that they don't disrupt whatever it is that they're connected to that's toxic. But that person that's toxic is monitoring them 24/7. So I don't believe that this person's coming anywhere near you because they can feel you're angry. They're not ready to tell you everything. Of course they're not, because you would say, fuck you. I don't want to be with you. Like, you're not on my level. You're not on my vibration. It's like you're toxic. And not because you don't know what to do about your situation, but because you're always strategizing, trying to figure out how you can have your cake and eat it too. It's like you're with somebody that you know who they are. This says the next solstice or equinox will bring an important shift for us. And I feel like the important shift is that this person realizing is that you don't want to be with them. Either they figure it out or you're done. And like when they come back, and there's going to be shocked because they didn't think that they could ruin this connection. I wanted to send you a message today, but I am afraid to. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right things to you. They know that they can't. This person knows that they can't say the right thing to you. What are they going to say? Hi, how you doing? It's like, I feel like this person like went on to actually have a relationship with you and then, or like started something, but then didn't finish it, left it hanging, like knew who you were the whole time, decided to come in and out of your life the full time. They didn't give you anything. So there's a sense that now they're seeing that they made the wrong choice, but it's like you did what you did already. What are you going to say? You can't say anything. And that's what this person knows. It's like, I don't know what I can say. And they can't say anything. Because of you, I'm starting to see what is really important in my life. Yeah, which it was you, but you don't want them in your life. But there's also a sense of, the way that you live, the way that you carry yourself. And that's also, this person's not on your vibration. So they like the way that you live. They didn't invest anything in you. And so they think that they're going to come in to your life and ride your coattails. And meanwhile, they're not even on your vibration. because they're not really going to have an identity when they leave that karmic. They're going to need help. So there, of course you don't want it. There's a part of you that's like, I'm not the fix-it crew. What am I, the fix-it crew? I'm build a Bob. Like, it's like, I don't want that. It's like, and that's the thing. This person's used to dealing with people on a low vibration. So someone on a low vibration that has nothing, which I believe that karmic had nothing. And so, they wind up losing everything to somebody that has nothing. And it's because they're thinking that that person is like, no, that person is just as sneaky as you are. It's again, and you're like, and I don't want any part of it. So you might be like, well, I was never sneaky. I feel like, again, if you're on a low vibration, you have like a low self-esteem, you don't know your worth, which is why this person didn't give anything because they didn't think that you would recognize that you didn't get anything from them, which is ridiculous because it's like they're judging by like the car that you drive and the house that you live in, the clothes that you wear, that you're not going to know, not by actually giving the time to grow. So straight across the board, of course you're disappointed. It's like this person like was not who they said that they were at all, and they're not. And then also they're going to come back into your life. They want to come back into your life, and you know that they want to, and you're like, I'm not interested. And they know that you're not. And that's why they're not sending anything because they're like, I know that it's done. Yeah, because they didn't give anything. This is what you have from them. This, nothing, zero. Well, instead, they wanted to run around with a lot of other people so that they can stay connected to somebody that has control over them. So, again, and you were part of that equation too, because I don't believe that they were ever really going to leave that karmic. It's like, because that karmic will always win because this person's not strong enough to do the right thing. So that's why you're disappointed because you're like, wow, like you're just not, you just want to take risks with everybody's life, with your life, with my life, with anyone that you connect to, because you're connected to somebody that's toxic, like, and you don't really care. Because hey, you can't lose your money, you can't lose your identity, the facade, because that's all that it is a facade. It's like, because hey, well, I don't know what to do. Well, it's partially laziness. And it's like this person stayed away because they don't want to hear it because they know. So they thought that time and energy, like the energy that they gave, which was nothing, time and, giving you nothing, you'd eventually forget. You'd eventually forget. Or that eventually it would be better. What they see is that it didn't get better, it got 1,000 times worse because they did that, because it's disrespectful. And it's because this person disrespects themselves. They don't know the difference. Again, laziness, laziness. They don't want to do anything to get out of that situation because they're lazy. Because listen, if the karmic's holding on to them, they're holding on to them because they know how to make money. They know how to do something. They bring something to the table, to the fact that the karmic's like, I'm not going to let you go. And it certainly wasn't love. They weren't bringing love to that karmic's table. So what it is it's the money. It's the facade. So, and the karmic knows, well, you don't want to lose that, but you'll lose that. And I'll make a mockery out of you. And so this person chooses that because they're like, my back is up against the wall. They're used to someone rescuing them. And it's because they're lazy. It's like, because the truth always comes out, but it's also the karma that this person led because the whole time they were connected to somebody else, they're running around with everyone else. You would have been somebody else, just another notch in their belt. Be like, oh, because they can't leave that karmic, and the karmic doesn't care. I don't care who you fuck. I don't care who you screw over, who you lie to, just as long as the money keeps coming in my bank account. That's it. That's all that I care about is the facade. Is that when so this person is at a very low vibration because they are lazy. They're lazy, they take risks with everybody's life, and in the end, you were like, I'm not staying connected to someone where I feel empty. There's no, I don't want to do that. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because you're not taking this person back. It doesn't matter whether they come back. They come back, they don't come back. By the time they actually get the confidence up to come back, because, what are they going to say? They can't say anything. Hi, friend. They know. You would be like, you're not allowed to talk to me. You're not allowed to talk to me. You're not allowed to come up to me. They know. Believe me, because it doesn't mean that that connection's still not there. It's a soul connection, but they ruined the connection. They took the innocence out of the connection. So there's nothing there. It's become a karmic connection because this person didn't do their part. They didn't step it up and leave. They said, no, I want to stay connected to my money. I want to stay connected to the facade. I have to be seen this way. So we have to say again, why did you attract this person into your life? And that's vulnerability, number one. Two, sing. Three, isolated. Oppressed. Trauma. I knew that one was going to come out, had to. And one more means misunderstood. Yeah. So I feel like you grew up in an environment where you were gaslighted and emotionally abused, that you didn't get what you needed, but there was also abuse there because this is trauma. And you don't pull that card unless there's abuse. And what it was, again, is oppressed. Someone abused you, said, no, you're not this person. You need to be this person. And again, being in that environment over and over and over again, you constantly felt misunderstood, and everything that you had to go through by yourself. And there's a sense of, not really feeling supported, not really feeling loved, not really feeling that you could be transparent and be vulnerable in the environment that you grew up in. And having a voice, no, that's not that you weren't allowed to. Again, you were oppressed, which meant you're not allowed to have an opinion. You're not allowed to have a feeling, and I'm not going to emotionally give you anything. I'm going to psychologically and emotionally abuse you. And that's why you attracted this person, because Spirit said, I want you to look at those things. And I want to see like why you're not a magnet to this person anymore. Why aren't you a magnet to them anymore? Where you were a magnet. It doesn't mean that there isn't a part of you that still is like, I'm disappointed because you care. But you're like, but this person is such a shit show that you're like, I can't have you in my life because that's the way you decide to conduct your life. And I don't want to be any part of it. And the fact that you could do what you did to that karmic, and the fact that you were going to do what you were going to do to me, you showed me who you are. There's nothing left. So having a boundary and actually stating that boundary, and like, it's almost like we can't go back in time. So you're not going to go back and live with your mom and your dad or whoever it was that when you grew up with was psychologically and emotionally abused you. You can't go back, but spirit will always bring people, situations, and experiences to you. But when you master them, you become very strong because this is very dark energy. This person can't believe that you out strategized them. They just can't believe it because they perceive that you were someone else. And I feel like you hid who you were completely from this person. And so misunderstood is something that happens. Again, people want to misunderstand because you come across very nice, not very flashy, humble. Again, you were open with this person. You really cared about this person. It was real. It was real, and they knew that it was real, and they disposed of the connection. They disposed of it by the way that they treated you. And that's, again, oppressed you. This person was doing thing, the same exact thing of how you would be brought up. And so if you were with this person, it would keep you like bound to that energy, which there's a part of this person that wants to, where no, you're on the path to to the essence of life, to abundance, to like it's all about you being grounded. It's all about you nourishing yourself right now, and understand that you're on the way to being abundant. Like I said, life force is that energy of God. It's chi. It's the universe, right? The universe is energy, is oxygen. We know it, right? It's also prana. Well, it's also spirit, and spirit works through us. So again, life force means that spirit says, I don't want you to give any of your life force energy away to anyone, especially a person like this, because they would drain you. They would drain you. They see that you're going to be abundant. They see that they made the wrong choice, but they also weren't here. They also didn't give you anything. So there's a sense where it's all about you, but like again, creating strong roots for yourself. Now, the roots, if you grew up in an environment with an abusive parent, psychologically and emotionally, well, you wouldn't really have roots because, again, weren't able to emotionally connect with that parent. So again, the universe brought you this person as a test to see whether or not you would. And what happened is that you could not connect with this person because they gave you nothing. They gave nothing. And in the fact that they gave nothing, and when I say nothing, maybe they gave you breadcrumbs, like they would just, text you once in a while and run around with all these other people. But they felt that they had this connection the whole time. They just disrespected it. So there's a sense of that spirit saying, no, you needed to give that wealth of life force back to yourself to heal the effects of that trauma that you had in childhood, because you would have to reparent yourself. And when you do that, you're abundant. And that's what this person psychically is picking up on, because there is a connection. But this situation is not going to change because you're not changing it, and they're connected to somebody else. So the more time that karmic holds on, and the more time that this person is rolled up in a little ball and doesn't want to do anything and stays lazy, well, you already like don't have feelings, but you see it as betrayal, you see it as warning, you see it as a toxic situation, you see it as poisonous, and just that this person's a low vibration, that they are that past life karmic mate. This is why spirit opened up your reading the way that it did, because of that. This is who this person is. And nothing is going to change that. It's like, unless they did some deep-seated healing, they don't even want to leave their situation. They don't even have the guts to leave their situation. Because, hey, if they leave that situation, who are they? Normally I pull one, but since two fell on the floor, I'm going to read both of them because I feel like there's never any mistakes. The universe never gives us anything that we're not supposed to have. There's no such thing as mistakes. We may not like the perspective, but again, a lot of times we don't. That's the whole moral. So this is belief, where spirit says, no, this was a time, again, that this was a karmic because, again, of all the betrayal, because that's what this person did. And it's about belief. I believe in myself, is what spirit's saying for you, that you believe in yourself, the beauty of life and the goodness of God. Thus, you have the power to fulfill your dreams. See, and that's what you're doing right now. And that's why that karmic is like, oh, like, I like what's going on in your life now. Of course, somebody owns your life. And so it's like, thus I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me. Again, this is how you get those roots. You get the roots through a good connection to the physical body and the physical world. And that's through, again, the manifestation process. Your life is showered in divine light and your heart is open to the universe. And that's why it's, again, spirit saying, yeah, to have this toxic person into your life, they would, again, completely fuck it up. It's like because they're such a low vibration. Does it mean that they couldn't make money? Yeah, they'd be able to make something that was more in alignment with who they are, not with who you are. This is your thing, not their thing. It's your thing. They don't have an identity. Their identity is a facade. So again, this is why they would want, that's why there's a desire for them to have what you would have. And this is courage. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. This was a test. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. So Spirit says, is belief in yourself and have the courage. And have the courage. And that's really the courage to believe in yourself and to know that you're supported by the universe, that you're supported by God because you have good karma. This person does not have good karma. So being that they don't have good karma, they would be coming into your life and again, like just dirtying it up. Life would be so much more difficult. You would be stressed out because they'd be coming in with all their baggage. Help me, help me. When meanwhile, they were nothing but they didn't think that you were worth the time before. But, know this, God always hides who we are from our enemies or from people that can potentially hurt us. It's us when we don't have discernment. So you were always on your path. So whether you had discernment or not, I don't think you did have discernment because you wouldn't have been disappointed. However, being that you were like pouring into yourself and giving to yourself, you evolved past this person. You're not in alignment. You're not the same energy vibration as what they are. And things aren't going to happen for you. And you're leaving this person behind, which it's deserving because they gave nothing. And and I think that this person might have even let you know, well, you don't get nothing for nothing, but they didn't mind doing that for you. And they running around with all these low vibe people. Well, now the karmic doesn't allow them to do that anymore. So of course they're miserable because you detached. You're like, I don't want you. And now they're just stuck with that karmic. And they're like, I don't want my life to be like that. And that's why you look so appealing. But it's their karma that they don't get to come along with you. This is your journey. This is yours. Enjoy it, Gemini. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.